Ole! Today, welcome to the Tater Cowgirls, and today we are making a Spanish dish, and I call it vegan paella Valenciana-style. I'm not gonna call it paella Valenciana because that would maybe upset the people in Valencia, because I did a little bit different things. And I like the people in Valencia, the Spanish people. We went there every year on vacation when I lived in Germany. The long vacation, the summer vacation we spent in Spain, and the short trips we were in Italy, because we were only 2 hours from Italy away from the border. So Spain is my second home, my third home after California. And the paella I learned to cook from the people from Valencia who shared the campground with us when we were there. And they have, this is a authentic Valencia paella skillet. You can get your non-stick skillet. I heat it right now and it's nice and hot. They had at the campground, we were usually in Almeria in Andalusia, and the people, our friends from Valencia met us there, and their neighbors, and they had a paella skillet as big as, let's say, a baby plastic pool, and they put it over the campfire, and then there they made their paella. Oh, so good. But they had seafood in there, and chorizo and chicken. So I make a vegan paella, and I have a few changes to the paella I learned to cook, so bear with me. So this is gonna be hot, so we put a little bit of vegan broth in it. The Spaniards would put olive oil in here, but we don't cook with olive oil, so we don't do that. We put that's about 1.5 cup mushrooms. That's my meat substitute. You can put tofu and fry it, no problem, but I'm happy with the meat. Then just get a little stir. Okay, stir that around. And then we have, let's say, half a cup green beans I cut, and I had a little leek and some peppers and scallions, so I cut that up. Look at these wonderful colors, and I put that stuff in. And this is up to you, whatever you have at home, put it in. There's no wrong. You see it, right? Yeah. And just stir fry that a little bit. Maybe half a cup broth I put in. Alright, we put half a cup lima beans, frozen. I take the frozen one, I think they work great. And we get this all nicely stirred up here. See that this is all even here. Yeah. All right, then we put a little sea salt in, not much. Let's see, I like to do it like this. Quarter. I'll put all this in. Little sea salt. And not more. I'm always careful with salt, because I'd rather put it in later. Then freshly ground pepper. Don't put the garlic in. We put garlic in later, because garlic gets bitter if you put it in too early. So let this all brown a little. I'm looking, because it's kind of uneven, so I just try to see if I have something not set up right, but it's okay. It's the skillet probably. It's like 10 years old, that skillet, or even longer. I bought it in Valencia. Okay. Let it all. It's better if I push that out a little. It's more even. Okay. Yeah, you can do this on campfire. That's really cool. Yeah, I enjoyed cooking with my Spanish friends. Paella. It's such good stuff. And healthy. And there is no reason why not doing it vegan. It's all fresh ingredients. There's no reason why not. So, while this is cooking, I'm telling you, my right eye, I can see, I can read, I have really good eyesight. The surgery was not that problematic. Actually, my eye surgeon said that that was the most difficult case, my eye, because my cataract was so dense. But I don't recall it longer than, I don't know, a few minutes. I must have passed out with all the happy drugs they give you. You're not completely gone, but they give you something to relax, you know, and the eye is numbed, of course. So I had to look to the ceiling, and I don't know, maybe I slept with open eyes. To me, it seems it was just a few minutes, but he said my one took twice as long as the other patients. So anyway, it's done. The right eye is good. And the left eye is there. I already start putting drops in. That will come in September. I can't wait. So, and now we need rice for later. And I show you, and this is important. So, I have a little experiment today. So, paella rice is the Spanish round short rice. The Italian, the arborio is the name for Italian rice, risotto rice. I eat whole plant-based, so I use that sprouted short brown rice. It's an experiment, first time I use it, but it's also risotto rice or paella rice, short rice, and that's sprouted brown rice, so I think it's a little healthier. We use a cup. Let's put that in. Cup of rice. And I can see it. Yeah, a cup of rice. A little bit more in here. All right, and the main difference between an Italian risotto and a Spanish paella is risotto, you stir the rice because you want the starch from the rice released into the sauce. The paella, you want to keep the starch in the rice corn. You don't stir it. So there's a main difference between it, and you will see what I'm doing with it. Now, let's see how it looks. Yeah, looks pretty soft to me. Liquid. Put a little pepper on, a little bit more pepper. And smoked paprika is a major ingredient you have to put in. So I put 2/4 teaspoons in. It's a main ingredient that gives you the taste of the chorizo, or the, you know. Actually, I put a little. I take it a step further, and this is optional, but I put a little liquid smoke in it, a little jalopy. All right. It smells already good. So now we make a little well in the middle and put the garlic in. Put the garlic in last, because if garlic burns, it's getting really bitter. So this is 2 to 3 cloves chopped garlic. I have 3. I like garlic, so I always take a little bit more than they say. Okay. And then we put a little bit cayenne pepper, a pinch, not more, a little bit of lemon juice, and at this point you would put saffron in, and you know it's really expensive, saffron, like 20 bucks, a tiny little quarter teaspoon, and I'm not willing to pay that. And people from Valencia, excuse me, I'm on a tight budget, so I take turmeric. It gives the same. The saffron is mainly for colorization, and turmeric gives you this same effect. So 2/4 teaspoons turmeric will do. Now we put 2.5 cups broth in it. The other half. A little bit more in there. Alright. You stir it around carefully. Taste a little bit. Good. I think I need a little bit more salt. Oh, the tomatoes go in. So 1 can of fire roasted tomatoes, chopped. Put that one in, maybe that's what was missing. Oh, and thyme. Thyme I have to put in. That's a 1/4 teaspoon, oops. 1/4 teaspoon thyme. All right. Pepper in. You want it spicy. You don't want it blah, because you still have to put the rice in. A little bit cayenne. I think a little bit cayenne cannot hurt. Cayenne pepper and a little bit more salt, sea salt. Okay, it was like an 1/8 teaspoon. So all in all I had 1/4 and an 1/8 teaspoon in there. But it depends on how salty your vegetable broth is, you know, my one is not. So we let this come up to a boil. Now it's good. We put 1 sprig of rosemary in it from my garden. I want to put a little bit more liquid smoke in it. That liquid smoke is really good in there. That's a new one. I never did that before, so I'm experimenting here for you. But that's really good. I include that in the recipe because it's really good. So right now we can still stir, but not when the rice comes in. The parsley I cut, but I put that in at the very last minute because I don't want it to cook too much. So that goes in after the rice is done. Let's sprig rosemary. Just want to find it later. But you don't have to cut it up. The oils of the rosemary will do their job. So we put it here on the side, and I know for later where it is. Okay. Again, you can put saffron in if you have it. It's the authentic thing to do. I don't see why I have to spend so much money on saffron for a 1/4 teaspoon and put in there. I'm just too, I don't know. It's just too much money for me to spend. But it's the real thing, so if you have it, do it. I think I had a little bit minced garlic. Okay. I like it garlicky. Good. So we let it come to a boil. Takes a little. Yeah, it starts boiling here. See that? So you wanna see bubbles before you put the rice in. And then what you do with the rice? Yeah, it starts now. Alrighty then. With the rice, you go around the paella pan and distribute it evenly. Alright. And then one more time, just make sure it's all in the sauce. And then stop stirring. Do not stir, or you destroy the paella. What we do, we put it on start. Clock. I put it on 15 minutes. That would be the normal arborio. I have a feeling we need 5 to 10 minutes more. This, and then what I will do, you see that? I will just shake it now and then. Every 5 minutes we shake it a little. You see it boiling now. We let it boil for 2 minutes, and then it's really nice and hot. Don't stir anymore, don't do anything. And after 2 minutes, we will turn it down to a medium to slow simmer. And then it should go about 15 minutes until the rice is almost done. It might be 20 minutes, as remember I use a brown rice. I use a different rice. This says 30 minutes it takes, so there's some other procedure later, but I think if we let it simmer 20 minutes, we should be good. And I will see you again once it has, let's do a medium for now. Shake, give it another shake, shake, shake. All right, and I see you when we move on. Okay people, I'm back. I let it on low simmer for 25 minutes. If you are not sure, rather let it go for 30 minutes if you're a little unsure if the rice is cooked enough. I know how it should be, so it's just before it's the right texture. And this is how it is right now, but you can leave it 5 minutes and longer to be on the safe side. No problem on that. You don't want undercooked rice in the paella. All right. So we take the rosemary leaf out. We add, this is half a cup of parsley, we add about half of it. Give it a short stir. Remember, this is, I didn't stir at all while it was simmering. See how the rice came, maybe I can show you really quick. See how the rice came up and the sauce reduced. That's what you want in a paella. Okay, now we do the socarrat. No paella is complete without socarrat. That's the caramelization of the rice on the bottom. So for 2 minutes, we turn it on, full power, maximum. All right? And let it go. Don't stir, let it go where it is. When I showed that my husband the first time, he's from Eastern Texas, he said, "What? Bone rice?" It's not burned. It's a caramelized. It's a caramelization of the rice, and you achieve that by going up full speed for 2 minutes, and then we cover it with aluminum paper and let it sit 5 to 10 minutes. I rather let it sit a little longer than less, and then it's done. So let it stew there. You want that little caramelized bottom. Called socarrat. Socarrat. Look how nice the colors look. You see that? Oh my God! I tasted it. It's really almost authentic flavor. I mean, if I would put the saffron in, the liquid smoke made it really good. So these are the experiments of today. Liquid smoke, yes, put it in. And smoked paprika is important, and I put the recipe underneath my video like always. I'm happy with the sprouted short brown rice. It has more healthy ingredients than the polished arborio, you know, the Spanish white rice or Italian white short rice. I like the sprouted short brown rice. It worked perfect. I know the texture is perfect. Okay, now we turn it off completely after 2 minutes. We cover it with aluminum foil. I almost burned myself. Cover it completely. I put a towel on top. Alright. And let it sit. I put 7 minutes and right in the middle. 5 to 10 minutes is the sitting time. I will look afterwards. And you know, this paella has a lot to do with patience. You sit on the campfire. You have this huge paella pan on the campfire, and everybody sits around and tells stories and has a glass of vino tinto or sangria. And my son, when he was 4, that was about the time when we were a lot in Spain, when he was 3, 4, 5 years old, and he was like golden, light golden brown, golden blonde curls. He had the head full of golden curls, but his skin he had from his dad Italian dark skin. And it looked really, he was really tanned brown, black brown, tanned, and then this blonde hair, and they called him Il Rubio. Il Rubio is here, the blonde one, and that they loved him. And these are the memories I have on these days. And I have some very, very good friends in Marbella, in Valencia, in Almeria. And we all came together on that little campground in Almeria, and Almeria once, and I think we were in Marbella once too, yeah, Marbella. And it was just fun. It was really cool. Good friends, good memories, good days. And the paella brings back those memories. That's why I like to make it. When it's a really healthy vegan paella, there's nothing to complain about. So once the 5 minutes are over, we have still 5 minutes, I'm back. I don't want to hold you on too long. And then we look at the paella and check out the socarrat. Okay, the resting time is over. We put our towel away. The aluminum, I can use that again. I'm not gonna throw that away. Looking it great. Let's see. I'll show you that. Now we test the socarrat before we garnish. See if I can show you that. Yeah, here it is, ladies and gentlemen. How do I show you that? Maybe like this. See that brown caramelization on the bottom? That's what's called the socarrat. It's not burnt, it's just a brown caramelization. Okay, put it back nicely. We garnish with a rosemary sprig, with some parsley and lemon. Every paella I know had lemon, at least the one the Valencianos made. The garnish with lemon, and here we are. Paella, vegan Valenciana-style. I hope you like it, and I will try a little bit. I want some socarrat, yeah. Let's see, let's put it back in nicely. It looks good for a photo. Try it for you. Good. Good. Rice has the right texture. So at least 25, better 30 minutes. Then let it go for 7 minutes rest after you let it burn full throttle, cook full throttle 2 minutes, and then 7 minutes resting. You get exactly the right texture. Okay, hope to see you next week for another cooking rodeo with the Tater Cowgirls. I wish you a good weekend. As you say in California, peace out. Pow.